Hey everyone, today on the Run All Day podcast, we're joined by Austin Pestka, a content creator and junior at Arizona State University. Austin is the founder of APM Motion, and he also co-manages at Arizona XCTF on Instagram, one of the leading social media pages covering Arizona high school and college running. He grew up immersed in the sport and now uses his passion for running to document and elevate athletes through photo and video content. In this episode, we'll talk about his journey into media, covering standout moments from past track seasons, and what to look forward to in the upcoming cross-country season. Sounds like a good one, guys. See you soon. Hey, everybody, we've got Austin with us. What's up, man?
How you doing?
And Coach Jacob Flores. How's it going?
Doing good. Glad to be back. Good to see you guys.
I know it's hot outside.
It's like a little cloudy today. It was almost nice enough. I might run at night tonight. And I just followed you on Strava recently. I don't know if you saw my follow, but kind of made my return into distance running. It's been about 15 years since freshman year of high school when I had to run distance. Feels good to be back. It's fun to improve almost every time. It's nice when you do something new like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I did see it on Strava, and I think I commented because you did a few trail runs too, and I was like, we got to get out and do some trail.
We run out at South Mountain, all the various trails out there. I'm still learning the names, but it's a good time, and it's not ultra fast, and it's a little technical. You have to watch where you're going and all that, so it's a good time.
Yeah, that's how I got into running, was trail running through my uncle. And then you used to run too, right, Austin?
Yeah, ran all through high school, middle school, for Shadow Mountain.
What were your events?
Mainly the 3200, I'd say, was my main event. My team was full of 800-meter runners. So if I want to make state, I was going to have to move up to that 3200. But
branch out. Yeah, no, that's a big difference there from the half mile to the 2 mile.
I feel even 1600 compared to the 3200, it's just such a big difference. I feel like kids definitely are scared of the 3200. It was just 4 extra life.
It's brutal. It's brutal.
Game changer for sure.
And it's one of those races too that's often put, during the day, not at the greatest time, or you've ran a lot already during the meet.
Definitely. Oh, kind of fun side note about that. We were at Junior College Nationals this year in Kansas, and a little humid out there. It gets really hot. And in the coaches session, we were talking about petitioning to move the time for the 10,000 to they either have to have it super late at night or really early in the morning to try and avoid the sun, because I guess the previous nationals that were hosted there, they had, depending on where you are, it's going to probably affect the distances you want to run and what you think is nice to do or that you're capable of doing and not succumbing to the elements.
Yeah, we have a great valley that loves running, but I worry about that in USATF too, because it's 6-year-olds to high school kids. And then you got the 800 at 3 o'clock in the middle of the day. It's 105. Yeah.
Yeah. April, May, and just it's brutal out there.
I know. What do we got to do to get indoor track around here?
I know. Yeah, there's the ultimate line stuff. The championship's in June, right? I mean, I've been out there, and I'm just taking photos, and kids are running. Their events are running up in 110 degrees, and I'm like,
and I'm sure you're sweating too.
Yeah, right. I mean, just standing out there, I'm sure everyone knows.
Yeah, we'll get into this probably as we talk about media creation. When you get to be that close to the athletes, you just feel their pain as they're running by.
Yeah, just the sweat dripping off their face, for sure.
Really pushing through those last laps. What's going on in your world right now at MCC? And before we jump into this,
we'll get school started up here in about a week and a half or so on the 25th. Kind of voluntary workouts and weight room stuff starts for us first week of September, and then I'll be teaching the track class again as well. So I'll have some of the kids. Yeah, just kind of a little extra. It's open to the community. It's not just athletes. Last year I taught it. I had about 3 or 4 students who had either done track a long time ago or had never done it and just wanted to see what it was about. Man, we jumped into the long jump pit. We did hurdles. I got them to pole vault a little bit because that's my background and I can teach them safely how to do that. It was a blast.
That sounds like an elective I want to take. If they don't get it,
if you're on campus and we can just go out there. And then I think 1 or 2 classes had to get moved because we had heat warnings and stuff. As it's September, even October, it's still really, really hot. It's kind of tough to do stuff out there. And if the heat warning gets issued, we have to move.
I feel like it's hot now until mid-November. I feel like for every month or every year, it just gets a little worse.
Yeah, here's an old man thing you won't understand yet, Austin, but I always think it gets cool when my wife and I had our anniversary, got married was October 22nd. All right. It was cold back then. It's going to be 20 years this year, 20 years. Yeah, but it was kind of cold that day. And so probably like 70s. 70. Yeah, maybe 80s. It wasn't bad. We had an outside wedding. Everyone was comfortable in Central Mesa.
Okay.
Yeah, we just had it and it was nice. And I remember the weather getting worse every single year after all.
I'll say 2 years ago when I got married, it was October 5th, and we were in a little South Phoenix area called the Grove, and just really nice green. They have a bunch of trees and stuff. It was 4:30, 5 p.m. The sun was coming through the trees just right, hitting me in the face. I was sweating. No one else was getting hit by the sun, and I'm standing in the one beam I hit through. But no, other than that, once the sun went down, it was perfect out.
So I feel even now, once the sun goes down, it's not miserable. I don't know if you guys run, you just wake up and run.
Yeah, I ran it at all hours.
Okay. But at least for this past track season, I feel Arizonans got, I feel it didn't get that hot until the Open even. The Open wasn't, I mean, it was hot. It was hot, but it wasn't unbearable. It could have been way worse because of that.
It was nice all summer. We built our cross-country base at Williamsfield. We practiced at 6 a.m. Over the summer, we're at 5 now, which is, it's killing me. I mean, because I like to play Mario Kart at nighttime with my son.
Got to get that in.
But now we're at 5, but it hasn't been as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah, no, same. I've made myself get up a couple mornings and run, and it's not bad at all. And then at night, especially out on the trail and stuff, it's a little cooler. So for the nights that we're out there, it's just definitely beats running in the middle of the day. That is just, it's tough.
But that's what you see on Strava too, people going and ripping out a tempo or something at 3 or 4 o'clock. And I'm like, man,
Like 2 p.m. and the pink heat.
I used to be that crazy, not anymore. I'm too scared of everything.
Oh yeah, no. In high school, my old car didn't have AC. I would just drive with the window down. I'm like, oh, it's the same thing. The air's circulating right now. I could not do that.
I know, going back to what we were talking about with Austin being married and stuff like that, not you, but that's what I love about my job, because I work at ASU. And when I started in education, I got an unassigned contract job. I went to a job fair for Mesa Public Schools. Back in the day, male teachers were a commodity. They offered me a contract there and said, we want you as a teacher. And then I got recruited by different Mesa schools and got to choose which school I wanted to go to. Instead of other teachers fighting to get a school, I had schools come interview me and try to convince me. So yeah, I know what it's like to be recruited a little bit.
No, don't want to brag or things like.
Yeah, I don't want to brag. And then I ended up teaching at Helen Keller in Central Mesa. And
Okay.
yeah, it was a good time. But now with my job, I was at Supreme Court of Arizona. I moved up pretty quick at a young age. I was still in my 20s. But now I'm at ASU, fast forward, and I have student workers that work for me. Some of our creative designers are 23 and 25. So it's cool being at that age. As a coach, too, you're coaching college kids is where you can still communicate with the people above you, but you still connect with those, like Austin. Every conversation we've had has been super chill and cool. And I think I get that because I have that same relationship sometimes with my student workers and stuff. I'm not saying that you're my student worker.
Oh, no. Of course. But do you work in this building? Or are you in if you come?
I'm at the Poly campus. I took the day off this afternoon and still ended up on a different campus what I'm usually at. Came here because I like the studio a lot.
Oh yeah, it's really nice out here. And again, like you said, being able to connect, being around people who are kind of involved in what you are actively, and taking photos and just doing stuff and coaching kids that I've seen kind of come up through the high school and club system. It's very cool to kind of forge those connections and then see where they go off to. And yeah, it's just cool. It just helps bring everything together.
And I think that's a lot of the content I take is a lot of kids and parents and families I've known since USATF that are all over the valley. In high school, I pretty much know the East Valley, but from club, I know those kids that are in the West Valley or North Valley or wherever. It's fun to do. All right. Well, enough about us. Let's jump in this. Going into your background a little bit, what first got you into running and how did you transition into creating media for the sport?
I feel like I got into running at a young age. My dad ran at the same high school that I went to, Shadow Mountain, with my uncle, and they went on to run. I feel like just in my DNA, yeah, I had the running gene for sure. And then my dad just at a young age raised us to be runners. And by the time we got to high school, we were in love with the sport and we wanted to really love cross country, really love the team aspects. And from there, just really connected with my team up until my junior year. And that's when I really started getting into the media side. I started making YouTube videos with my team, blogs at meets, and filming our teammates' top performances. And eventually that led to me getting my first camera. And then just after, when I was done racing my senior year, I just grabbed my camera and went back on the track.
Nice. And growing up with your dad, you were just around the sport all the time. You grew up on a track, right?
Yeah, I mean, my dad had a running camp where we went to Flagstaff or he went to bike shop with his team for a week, and they did train at the altitude. And I was up there with the team when I was young, like 5, 6 years old, hanging out with the team.
Nice.
So always was around. Always around.
Yeah, that's what I like about their Tylee and Malia got in at a young age, but everything we do is a track event. We go on a vacation, it's a meet, a run.
Yeah.
And our son Kylo, who's not, he's running done the treadmill every once in a while, but he doesn't like to be around it, but he's just grown up around the whole track all the time. Maybe one day he'll get into it.
I feel what really clicked for me was once I got to high school, like the team aspect changed a lot, because I feel when I was middle school, I wasn't enjoying it as much. But once it was like about, the team and the winning aspect and working together.
Yeah, and being in my field, I do learning design. I work in graphic information technology is one of the programs that I support. Not that I know the content, but I see a lot of the content. Well, you came on the social media scene at a perfect time, just from what I know from classes, because our time, we grew up through everything. The first Nintendo, the first iPhone. I love technology. I love it. I embrace it. All the new things that are going out. We tried to be influencers, but social media wasn't what it was to be. I used to have a GoPro and I'd take it, do a 45-minute trail run and break it up into some songs with the Killers. Yeah, I think it's on. And I was always anti what the general public was doing. So GoPro was big. So I went Drift, which was some Swedish brand of a camera. Make it more difficult on myself. When iPod came out, I went Dell DJ, but now it's come back full circle because Apple killed everything. But yeah, I would take my GoPro out and try to make all these videos, do workout videos in my garage. It didn't make sense. I'm running 650 pace on regular runs and fast and doing this time on marathon, but someone who's running 9:30 has 35,000 followers, and those that drifted off about 10 years ago. Now I like creating media for other people like you do, and like we all do. We're all content creators here. So that was a quick journey of mine and how I got where I'm at.
Yeah. I mean, I feel Instagram really took off. Women Coffee, say, cost the whole reel format. I don't know exactly when that happened, but I feel like, at least me personally, I was big into the video content even last year, the year before, and I feel like that would help my page, because if you get the right audio or the right quick 5-second start, people, I mean, I had some viral videos because of that.
It's a beast to deal with, kind of on the pole vault side of things. That's what I was a pole vaulter for 15 years. I coach at Mesa Community College now, and back in the day, in the, I want to say late 80s and throughout the 90s, there's this pole vault series called Neo Vault, and there's a couple different Neo Vault DVDs that are out there, but it's all of the popular American vaulters, and then you get some of the decathletes that were big at the time too. But it's this kind of core group of guys that were traveling around meets, and it was basically shot kind of like skater video style, where it's kind of grainy, the colors are washed out, but it's awesome footage of all these Olympians and world championship level athletes
Like Nirvana and stuff.
Zachary, like Goldfinger and stuff like that. And they're at street meets in the US or beach vaults, or they're just somewhere in Europe, and they got someone to tow them on an ATV, and they're skimboarding through little weights and stuff in these little canals and all that. It's just really fun. Not relatable, but you're, oh man, I wish I could be doing that. It's so fun. And that, I think that helped really popularize the pole vault 20 years ago. And now we see those clips resurfacing and they're coming back, and it's, can you capture kind of the feel of that, or is there something you can reference that makes it relatable and makes it fun? So
Yeah, I think from your podcast with Logan Stanley, when you guys talked about pole vault, and Logan it's easily the event with my most respect, because I feel it's so difficult. Anyone hypothetically could run 100 meters, walk a mile, but not anyone could pick up the pole vault stick and get over the bar. I feel it's such a skill event that some people, I feel like there's a lot of field events, is people, you just assume the shot put. I could just pick up a shot.
Oh yeah,
Those things are heady.
high jump. I could jump over that. Yeah.
They're just so meticulous and skill. I feel like some people don't have the respect. I feel like people went out and did every field event, they would have any respect. I'm actually interested in pole vault because the average person cannot do that.
yeah,
At all. So.
And I think the talks died down a little bit, but there was talk about doing some laser things with the long jump.
Yeah, I don't like that either. So I think it was not, instead of with a bar, because you're supposed to jump with the white board with a board, but it's wherever your foot lands, they'll count it from there.
they just call it takeoff.
And I don't like, defeat the world record. You'd have to do a whole new
this changes the aspect of it.
Hitting the board is part of the skill. It's the timing and the pace. Yeah, I don't like it either.
I don't know if that'll actually I heard what World Athletics talking about that. Was it I don't know if that's actually that'd be really interesting. But
I hope not. Well, building a little bit, what inspired you to launch APM Motion, and what's your core mission behind that?
yeah, I think a lot of it was I was just doing the YouTube videos, and I got my first camera there for all this content, and I have my personal page that I whatever for Instagram, and I was like, I don't want to do it on there, so I just thought of a name with my brother, just launched a page and just started posting content. And I feel like the overall mission, at least now, is to post high quality content that people are going to enjoy and the community can relate to. You go to a meet and there's a meet recap because I feel compared to football or basketball, there's so much coverage for those sports and there's so many videographers, photographers at those events. And I feel people don't appreciate track and field cross country for what the beauty it actually is. I definitely helped fill the void, at least with that on the media side. And it's always fun showing up to meets and kids are, you run the Arizona page, take my picture, I want to be on it. It's cool as like a community that kids enjoy.
I remember, I think I said this on the Logan podcast when someone called me out by Run All Day. And that's like the first time that it happened. It's kind of weird, but it is what
It's kind of cool to see. I'm just glad that kids are involved and it's not just which is no coverage and nobody talking about it. That's one of the great things I like about Logan Stanley is I just know his articles, people love them, enjoy them, and I feel like people weren't really writing about. There's no articles, there's no people before Stanley really doing what he's doing now.
And I think all of this is all of our art. Logan has his art. This is your art. The way you do art, storytelling. I love storytelling, and I think some of my favorite reels are with Pierre when he was doing the high jump and just getting those nice over the bar clears and putting some music to it. I think we all feel we want to tell a story, and I think that's the part that people don't understand when they see our content. There's another reel by Austin or another this, another that, but there's always a story behind it that we had when we were looking at it on the computer screen.
Yeah, there's always so much thinking and like positioning for photo or video and I feel there's always, no matter what it is, I feel there's so much detail that goes into stuff.
I've noticed I try to go freehand a little bit, but with my bigger lens, I'm just so shaky. I have to go back to my tripod, I think.
Yeah, gimbal maybe.
I know,
Investment, but
yeah, I got a new lens.
what you get?
What was it? It was 4.1, the Sony 70 to 150, I want to say.
Interesting. Okay.
Let me see. Let me look it up. I have a 6700. I still wanted to do pictures, but if I could go and do it again, I probably would have got the FX3.
Yeah, that's my next one.
Yeah, my buddy has one and he loves it.
I just got the A1, the Sony A1 for photo, but I just sold my A7 III that I had.
Oh, okay.
I think my next upgrade is going to be the FX3 with the A1. For video, that's just industry standard for sure.
Yeah, I do love the AI feature in the A6700. I think it helps out with the stabilization. I think I've dialed it in. I mean, I have professionals at work that do this for a living. I bring my camera to them and be like, hey, look at this, and I'll go do some runs and they'll film it, and then they'll just really help me dial in the tones and presets for me and teach me how to do it on the process.
Yeah, I feel like all the settings online, it's definitely helpful. But having someone that knows what they're doing, all the different settings, I feel like it's a game changer.
Yeah, I have video presets, photo presets, always 4K, but 120 or 60, just making sure, do I want super slow-mo? Do I just want regular? All my PP1 through PP12, my different colorings.
Yeah.
I got to really tune that.
That's good.
I might need to get on that. I just have my little Sony ZB-E10 that I got however long ago. It's in the vlogger camera. I'm like, cool, that sounds like it'll do a lot for me, which is what I need, because other than just using my phone, which obviously makes good video, but it's that video on the iPhone, it just has that feel out of, yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but then you get a camera. It's still, yeah.
I feel, I know one of the questions you were going to ask was, high school athletes with content, what they should do with content. I feel high school athletes should utilize their phones more with recording content, because I feel you could capture so much with your phone, and still it's a great camera, but I still think
No, definitely. Yeah, definitely useful for the everyday stuff and whatnot. And yeah, just being out of practice in college, we would film each other doing crazy stuff or jumping and whatever. And yeah, it's good. It's definitely just handy to have and makes life a lot easier.
Oh yeah, here's the lens right here.
What do we got there? What are we working with?
The 7200. You got the 2.8?
No, it's the other one, the 4.1, I want to say 4.7. I don't shoot in a lot of dark setting. Yeah,
Great in the daytime.
I got
Sure, but at night.
Oh yeah, it struggles at night, but I know somebody who does this for a living. He doesn't even have an account just because he works with very high up people like Honeywell, Lifetime Fitness, and he got me a little deal on that lens. And I sold my old camera, which is my A6000 that I had that was my wife's. Sorry, it was yours, not mine. Um, but we sold that, and then I used the money to go towards that lens. And then keying to 105 to G series. And I like that one too.
That's nice.
Yeah, it helps me dial in like whatever story I'm trying to tell. Now going back with your collaboration with John Harris, how did that happen with the Arizona XCTF account?
Yeah. So, when Miles split, I used to work with Miles Split through Logan Stanley for the Miles Split Arizona page. Each state had their own media outlet through Miles Split, and they would hire us out to get different meets and get content and stuff like that. And then last summer, I got a phone call saying they're making the page Miles Split West now instead of just Miles Split Area. I basically combined California, Arizona, Colorado, Utah, and they were like, we're just gonna do big meets now with coverage, and we're not really gonna be doing much in Arizona. And I just thought to myself, this is a great opportunity for me to start something because I feel like there was just a void in content and exposure. A media hub. So I called John and we just talked about it and we launched the page. And I feel worked out really well.
Yeah, John does beautiful work too. His photos, his videos.
He's amazing at it.
Yeah, top notch. But that's what's good about what we do is it always looks at we could level up. We could do this, or how did you do that? How'd you do that edit?
And no, yeah, he's definitely inspired me with his. He's really good in post editing. Ricky really knows what he's doing, all the settings, and yeah, he takes beautiful works, beautiful coloring. But yeah, I really think we made a good team between the two of us. We bounce off meets during season, and it's good because he's in Tucson and I'm up in the valley, so if there's anything big going on down there, he usually gets it. Same up here, and then we'll meet up for the Rotary or whatever big meet.
And that brings me to my next question is a lot of people think you just show up with the camera, like, oh, Austin's here, and take some photos. What goes into the preparation that you're doing to get ready for a big meet and knowing the post editing that's going to come from that and managing your time?
Yeah, I mean, for a big meet, we probably start that Monday. If the meet's Friday, we're posting signups on our page. We're doing meet previews, big matchups, whatever's happening, and then we're organizing signups, people that want to buy photos and all that kind of stuff. We put that into a spreadsheet. We got that all organized, and then sign out the meet. And then after the meet, obviously, there's extensive amounts of editing. Sometimes we get upwards of 3,000 photos in the meet. But and you got to go through all of those and stop all night editing, and it takes a few days to get everything done. But yeah, it's definitely not a big. I don't just show up and snap a photo. There's definitely a lot that goes in there.
Yeah, that's why I like focusing on my team or my Huron kids that I see out at meets, USATF people that I'm friends with their family. I'm just keeping it low key. I don't think I could do that much editing. I'm not saying I'm retired at all because I'm going to come and do it again, but I've been slow lately because Paul and Crystal, like co-coaches at Williamsfield, they do a lot of the content creation with their phones as well, and we'll put out a little reel, and then I'll go and put out maybe something that's a little bit more polished. And it's a good balance for our account because then we get these different angles, different views, um, and I like it. And it's taken a lot of pressure off of me to feel like I have to do all the coverage for the team. I really appreciate that they do those, and I think it adds a good little mix to our little group of athletes that we have at Williamsfield.
And we were talking about earlier, I feel iPhone content is, especially, you don't need a big fancy camera nowadays, especially for high school coaches. If you're got your little high school team page, the iPhone camera goes really far. I'm sure there's
Yeah, and then
quality.
your post editing too. What do you post edit in when you're doing yours?
So usually, if I shoot on my iPhone, I usually just do it on my phone. And as far as editing colors and contrast and all that, I don't do a whole lot of it, just depending on what it is. And if I'm shooting on my camera, I try to make sure it looks good. And I put that in a Caden Live, which is basically a knockoff. What is it? Premiere Pro, I think. But I use that. And yeah, like the iPhone. Do you remember last year when the morning routine guy went viral? The guy that puts his face in an otter in there, so does all that. Part of the reason I love having the pages I do, I flow vault page, and then I made a pole vault page for Mesa Community College. I saw that video come out on Friday or Saturday, and everyone was blowing up and going crazy about it. I sent it to one of my kids, Shane, Shane, and I was like, "Hey, are you down to recreate this at practice? Like, do you want to do some funny stuff? I got the water, I got bananas, I got everything." He's like, "Let's do it." Just brought my iPhone out. I could do it on my camera. It would take a little longer for me to edit and upload and do all that, but I just brought my phone, brought my tripod, and we made all the shots, and I think I had that edited in an hour maybe, and just put it all together, and then throw the times on there, and it was so funny.
Those are sometimes the best ones that just come together, but you have a good little niche because you get a lot of views, a lot of interaction with your account, how you piece videos together that other people are doing out there as well, covering not only the local circuit, but also the pro circuit and college circuit as well.
Yeah, kind of a little background on what I do. I've been pole vaulting and coaching for about 15 years total, and after my last year at ASU, I just went to school locally, went to Scottsdale Community for a year, then Mesa, and then walked on at ASU, did my last 3 years of track and school there, competed for a year post-collegiate, and throughout those college years and the year after, I had met a lot of friends, made a lot of good people in the pole vault community. It's like running. It's very tight-knit. Everyone's very cool. A lot of good athletes in Arizona, of course, and some pros that I met, Chris Nilsson, Jacob Wooten, and Cole Walsh, and Nate Richards, guys that trained up in Phoenix and stuff. They're out actively on the circuit competing. And once I finished competing, I'm like, okay, I'm not, and I wasn't that caliber of an athlete by any means, so don't get that twisted. But we would always just see each other out at meets in like California or New Mexico, the meets you're traveling for, and it was so fun to get to see them and take videos and stuff. And after I was done, I was like, okay, I'm not going to get to travel and hang out as much with them out there. I'm just going to start kind of traveling to meets when I can and maybe film, or because I would look up results and I'm like, man, I wish someone was there taking videos or photos. And then that's kind of how I started doing what I do now. I would live stream meets on my phone, whether I was at the meet physically or I had a link for it, and I would just stream it on my big TV in my office and set my tripod up, kind of just a guerrilla style live stream, and it turned out to be a lot of fun. And then the world record holder in the pole vault, Mondo Duplantis, who new world record, by the way, just this past crazy day, just insane. He hosts his own meet in Sweden called the Mondo Classic every year now, the last couple of years, and I streamed that on my personal account, and I got 150 people in my live. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to stream this because you needed to have a VPN and you had to buy it for $10 or whatever and do all that. I was like, I'll just do it because I'm going to watch it anyway and I can get other people to watch it. And I was just kind of commenting and doing this and that, little kind of a live commentary type deal. And people were enjoying it. I'm like, oh, maybe I could just do this for other meets as well, where people aren't able to get the video feed themselves, and I can do all that because I'm going to go out of my way to do it anyway. Why not post it for everyone to be able to see? Just kind of jumping forward now, I've been to a lot of meets and been able to live stream a lot of things, and building those connections with people, like you were saying, getting people who are at meets and they're like, hey, I got a video of so-and-so jumping a meet record or doing this. Can I send it to you? Post it and I'll collab with you and stuff. Really building the connections of, if I'm not able to be there, someone who knows me is, and we can get that video out for people to see it. And that's what's been a lot of fun, is building those connections and just getting the video out. Like you said earlier, we have football, basketball, baseball coverage 24/7 on ESPN SportsCenter, those type of things, but there's nothing like it for track and field really, in terms of that actual raw video of this is what happened at this meet, this is the mark they got, and just being able to get out there.
It's like I went to Peacock to watch the USA Track Championships. And you'd think that it would be featured live right now. No, I had to go to the search bar, go to sports, go to track and field. I'm like, what?
Oh, do we not have it? Subscription. And then they only show 2 hours and then it's 4 hours.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. And something also I've learned kind of throughout trying to find meets and if they're streamed or not is just the way that all the pro meets work over in Europe and stuff, just based on whatever country it is, the streaming and the rights rules are so different. It's like, oh yeah, you can get it here, but you have to have the VPN, or it's going to be broadcasted here. And depending on what country has a good athlete, if it's Sweden and Mondo's competing, they're going to feature the pole vault because he's the guy. And so it's just tough. You're at the mercy of whatever country or service has the rights to that meet.
Yeah, Coach Flores is going to reach out to Mondo, see what he could do about getting on the podcast.
Hey, I'll holler at him.
I'll be in the corner. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have him do a practice session. You can record it. Yeah, we have a little mix shop here. So Austin, looking at your media, what were some standout moments from the track season cross country last year that caught your attention?
This previous year.
Yeah. Any favorite reels that you had doing?
I feel every weekend was something. I feel always a highlight is Arcadia in California. It's always a fun meet. There's always, some crazy national record or something happening. So.
Well, and then you got Vance's record too, right? Yeah, but that was the year before.
Yeah, I think two track seasons ago now, but that was an incredible moment. And then my buddy Ben for that video was up in the stands too, so we had like two different angles. Yeah, looking back, that's one of my favorite videos.
Yeah, I just remember the 800. It took forever. Everyone was warmed up.
On the track. Yeah. Oh.
But they had to measure each hurdle individually to make sure it was legit. I think it delayed by 35 minutes.
Every year, there's always something crazy at the Open. I mean, that was a crazy year because Tyler Matthews won 148 too, right? For ASA. Yeah. It's just common now for these kids to go 148. Bryson this year, and then we'll see who next year.
Yeah, but it's gonna be interesting. Any athletes that you're looking forward to watching this year? Distance side, jumps, throws.
For the upcoming track season, I feel Johannes Van Meeteren. I feel he had a pretty quiet year, in terms of, like the mile and the 2 mile. But I know he went to NIN, I think it is in Oregon for Eugene, that Nike National Track.
Oh yeah,
and he went 14:28 or something for the 5K. So I feel he's only going to be a junior, so he's definitely going to stand out on the men's side. And women's, I mean, I'm excited for Taylor Drury to come back. She's
2-time state champion.
Came out of absolutely nowhere last year. She was injured, right, for most of this.
Was she the one with the foot injury or something like that?
Yeah,
Yeah, I talked about that with Logan.
Yeah, she's just natural athlete though, and great competitor.
Yep.
She knows when to turn it on and comes back and takes care of what is needed and then does the job.
Mm-hmm. Especially for that state course, I feel on the Cape Creek Golf Course state course for cross country is you either have it or you don't have it on that course. And she has that gear because that course is not.
Yeah, we're in D1 at Williamsfield now, so I don't think we get the best time. I think we maybe run early afternoon or maybe around 11. I'll have to look. But I know we don't have that morning slot this year. I don't know if that comes into play as well, depending on the weather.
Yeah, it definitely does. It definitely does. I remember when I was running on that course, it's like, we have afternoon this year, and it's 20 degrees hotter. It's 105 out.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just trying to grind through
those course, I feel. Yeah.
Because it's actually a legit cross-country course. A lot of these courses that we have down here maybe don't have the most hills or a lot of rollers, and then you get to the state course, and it's just, the whole thing is just up and down with a big climb about, 2.5 in?
1 point.
Is it 1 point?
The hill climb.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Right to the starting line. Yeah.
Is there a standard cross-country course in Arizona that's the one that if you run a good time off, it's legit, or do you tend to look at some as better than others?
It just depends. I think a lot of times, and this is just my own personal opinion nowadays, is people want the flat and fast. And so Twilight's a big one. I think there was teams that came from out of state a couple years when they hosted it at, where was it, Leisure World in Mesa?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Because you had your big Colorado teams coming, and a lot of people didn't perform as well because it wasn't as flat as previous Twilight courses. And then now it's over in Mesa by my house at Polly at, is it Toka Sticks Golf Course?
Oh, yeah, okay.
And on that, people look at the times too much instead of the course. Yeah, when you show up that day and you race who's there, and you do the best you can that day, and then people looking at it's like, oh, they ran a 20:52 on that course. Not a great day.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I had
No any other conditions or
areas. I think a lot of athletes, including the ones that I'm working with, they get too focused on looking at the watch. I mean, we have timesheets, but I'd rather them use those timesheets for their controlled paces, their tempos, their lactate thresholds, their race pace, and becoming dialed in when we're doing those. But take the general aerobic out, take the recovery, and just go by easy. I don't think we do a lot of lighter running at Williamsfield and really calculated on our workout days, trying to make sure we don't have injuries. And then we're upping in mileage too. We're trying to do things smart and calculated at the same time. But that's my rant.
No, I 100%. I feel athletes need to sometimes read more into placement. And yeah, you said it's hard to compare. You can't compare courses. It's not even all I'm used to. So you can't compare. What is it? The Chandler course or
The mysterious, yeah.
the other podcasts with them talking about
Yeah.
full 5K, and you're like,
The Chandler course has been in question for many years because like there's claims that it's wheeled out and GPS doesn't pick up tight turns quite a bit, but sometimes it ends up 3.03 or
it's not 2.07.
and I think there was a year
We're running PRs then.
and I know for a fact it was either last year or the year before there was a group that turned before that they should have. It was even shorter and faster.
And kind of similar in the pole vault realm. There are places with questionable setups and stuff, and you're like, oh, is that really how high it is? Because standards kind of shift, and the measurement sometimes differs from what's on the standard base itself versus if you measure it with the stick thing. If you're going for a record or something, no, yeah, totally familiar with questionable marks and things.
Some dudes breaking Mondo's high jump record.
Yeah.
Or a pole vault record.
Yeah, no, and just even seeing in video, it's bad when you can just see it on your phone and you're like, oh, that is not what they're saying it is, but that's going to happen.
Looking ahead to cross country, what are you excited to cover in the upcoming season? Any special standout moments you think it may happen, or kind of anticipating certain teams that you're looking for, or just kind of getting a general sense after the first races?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for all the classic courses. I'm excited for Titan. I love that meet. All the small meets, but of course, Desert Twilight's always a standout. Woodbridge, I'll probably try and make my way to this year.
That's where I need that 2.8 camera at Twilight for the nighttime shoots.
But collegiately, definitely nationals, pre-nationals. I think the Big 12 or West regions this year is in California. Might make it somewhere around through ASU. But no, just excited as a whole.
And I'm just thinking, what trends besides cross country, what are you seeing how teams and athletes are using media to share their journey? Kind of just expanding on the coverage itself. How do you see athletes using content that you put out there?
Yeah, I feel athletes have been doing that more and more in Arizona lately, especially. I've noticed athletes posting week recaps of their training. I think Addison Bisegli, I forgot what school he was.
Gilbert Christian.
She does like the 1% better every week. That's her, and she posts weekly videos, and I feel that's good for not only like consistently with posting and interaction with your page, but then you can look back on your training like a year from now and go, oh, like a year ago I was doing this, and
I think we talked about that with Logan, is celebrating successes. And
Yeah.
I think people get caught up too much is like, I'm not running sub 220 in the 800 or sub 225 or sub 20 in the 5K. Why should I post my stuff? Why should anyone care? But I think it's good to just the community like we're doing. We're a couple coaches here. As someone who's been in the sport, been with Arizona Athletic Association, in trying to expand it by building a community. Why not contribute to the community when you can and share those successes?
Yeah, definitely. And that's a good thing that I started to do with the page my first year at Mesa this past year. I'd always post a recap of how the kids did. And obviously we had some good performances, we had some not so good ones. And if I had videos, I maybe like put their best attempt at whatever bar they got out at, or just the bar they cleared previously. But the misses are important, and it's important to not dwell on those things, but take what you can and learn from them. So I'm always like, we'll win or we'll learn a lesson. You're going to gain either way, and we just need to make sure, as long as we're sticking with the process and being disciplined, we will see that success long term. Don't fall in love with success. Fall in love with the things that lead you to that success.
yeah, and falling in love with the moment. I feel is big too. And just like you said, I feel like some people get caught up in weighing and PRing, and I feel like it's not always about that. It's about the moment you're in and your team, and being around it together, being present. I definitely struggled with that in high school.
Yeah, sometimes. Now, I'm sure we all have it at one point or another, and what happens. But yeah, again, just learning from it and letting your team help rise you up.
I like that. I like what you guys said there, living in the moment, capturing that moment, and I think that's what your media does too, is it captures this moment for athletes. They have this forever, or as long as social media is around, or they could download the video, but then being able to share these items with their families. I have a lot of family members that can't come watch the girls run, or maybe can't make some of the athletes that I coach their run. They get to see them engaging what we're doing, and then building a community. I think that's what our page is about at Williamsfield, is community's kind of been our motto this year, because we're, a younger team. This is Coach Brown and Coach Soriano's second year. My first year with them with cross country. We've known each other before that, but we just mesh really well together. And we talk about just getting rid of the drama on the team. Not that there was any, but talking about how one person can change the aspect of an entire team. And so they've really come together as a unit, the boys intermixing with the girls and not separating groups. And it's just been a fun journey so far to see. And we'll see where this program goes. We lose 3 seniors this year. So Malia, Mariana, and Isabel. And so then after that, Tylee will be next man up. And we'll see what happens the next couple of years.
It's exciting. But like you said, I feel taking out all like the outside distractions and just focusing on the community aspect and every practice and every training week, one by one. I feel that's the fastest way to actual success. I feel my junior year team were so close knit. We were everything we talked about, and we don't really worry about the times, just racing each other in practice, pushing each other, and then having a show on race day for sure.
Kind of getting back into this, is for anyone that's at a meet wanting to create content, is there any kind of gear you recommend, or people who want to get started in content creation?
I feel the easiest one's your phone. Pick up your phone, start filming everything, filming your team, filming practices. I feel like it's the easiest way, because sometimes we get caught up in gear, and gear can get really expensive. And I feel you can capture the moment with your phone, definitely.
Yeah, we're here talking about our cameras we want. But we
do a lot with your phone, and I feel
it's definitely an expensive hobby if you go the route that we went.
Oh, yeah, tell me about it. I just, my new camera was half of my car.
Oh my gosh, that's oh jeez.
No, I mean, I'm not worried about the nice car, but still,
Yeah.
pretty expensive.
But you would rather lose your car than lose your camera, right?
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't know.
Just the fact that it's a tough one. It says enough.
I lose everything. Let me see. My girls started buying me these, so I have it on my camera bag. I have it on my keys. These are tags, there.
My camera.
And so
Down there walking around with a very expensive camera. If I misplace it, I don't have a air tag.
this is how old.
And I'm their tag guy. I put those on our pole ball pole bags. So I taped them on there super secure, because I'm like, I want to know where these things are at every second, every hour of the day. Because going out to nationals this year, we had 2 or 3 on our flight there. We had 2 different connections. It wasn't even just one layover. We had 2. So I'm going to see these poles go from airport to airport with us, and I'm going to know where they are.
And you get that text message that puts a chill through your spine. Your wallet is out of, or your bag is out of range. Like,
It's left on it. Yeah, I always love traveling with the pole vaults out to different meets today too, because we can't even bring them. It's their own checkout, and then
Either
whole process to get them on the plane.
Yeah, usually flying with Southwest, recently they've just had us carry them all the way through security. They scan them, and then we bring them to the gate, to the door, and then the gate agents take them. And I'm like, they don't bend, they don't fold, they don't collapse, they don't do any of that. I got to stay this way. And they're, okay, yeah, we've worked with these before. I'm like, thank you so much. Just making sure I'm appreciative of everyone in the process, because I understand what a nightmare it is to deal with them.
And what's your favorite content to produce? Do you like racing, behind the scenes, interviews?
I feel like I always love that the finish line shot is always the money's to go through, but I feel post race is always fun. Everyone interacting, emotion, capturing emotion like that is always the goal. But no, I mean, I love the whole process. I love, we're gonna do more interviewing this year. That's one of our plans for the page is
Nice.
get more behind the scenes post race stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you follow Coach Jen McCann? She does Campo. Well, I'm gonna put you in contact,
Yeah.
but she's selling a bunch of Rode mic, portable microphones and all that, and she has them for sale right now too.
Okay. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, definitely trying to get in more the interviewing side. But I feel like definitely the whole process is enjoyable. But yeah, I feel actual race content's always the standard. Same, it is always the key, but I love people on the line lining up before the race or this or that.
But for me, photography is harder than the videography. Is it the same for you? Are you pretty ambidextrous when it comes to both of them?
I feel I was more into video at first. Last year, if I was gonna go to a meet, I'm like, okay, primarily I'm gonna do video. But now I'm definitely getting more into the photo side of things.
Yeah, if you could catch a good shot, those tend to be the ones that people do. Can I get a print? Can I do? No one's be like, hey, can I get a copy of that reel? You share it with their account.
Yeah, 100%, I could see that. But they both got they're both very difficult to capture at the highest level. I feel video is so difficult because we were talking about earlier stabilization,
The sun,
the sun, like proper angle. Yeah, it's always
how much light you're letting into your camera.
it's always like
And then when you think you got a great shot and then you see that it was oversaturated with the sun, it just, how mad you get at yourself.
I will say, yeah, you get that good shot though. It makes everything worth it. But
I like that. That's what I love. Um, I think one of my favorite reels was I just recorded Zarian coming around, I think at Rotary, and made a little reel out of it. Ended up being a pretty good little reel, but it was just one nice little shot. It's nice and smooth, put some music to it. Music is probably the longest it takes for me to edit because I'm so picky on the song.
the right song. Yeah, 100%. I'll go back and forth. And, oh, good. I don't know.
And I try to bring a 90s vibe sometimes, some things that maybe some audio. I wish I could do Tupac, too much cussing in Tupac, but if I could get the instrumentals, being tied to a school too, so I try to watch the language or just do this, but I always have messaging, some type of messaging behind the song, depending on what it is. I just love the storytelling about it. Being a school teacher, we told a lot of stories, and just being able to get people to tell stories are the greatest teachers as well.
Yeah, I mean, I feel seeing a finished product of a video fully come together after cutting and editing all night, especially some of your videos get pretty long. It's the most rewarding feeling.
And you look at all the layers on what you did. Oh my gosh.
So I totally get that.
30-second video, you have 5 different layers of effects, animations. I'm using Premiere Pro right now, and it's new to me. I have it as an ASU tool, and I try to use it now. I discontinued my subscription with CapCut, and
You were paying for CapCut.
yeah, I was paying for some of the higher features, the pro features,
Little
transitions and stuff, and it makes it so easy. But now I want to be completely in control of my project now. And I went to Premiere, and it's just learning it. One of my colleagues sits down with me once every month or so, talks me through different cuts, how to do the effects, and now I'm dipping into After Effects. It's time.
Yeah, it's something I've been taught to use After Effects. Like I just look at the timeline and I'm like, that's pretty scary.
But if you have clean video, you don't need effects a lot of the times. Just some.
I've been feeling if it's cohesive and stable. I feel it's almost more professional not to have cuts than to have.
That's where I'm at, yeah.
Yeah.
Or I've been transitioning to time cuts more, getting a long shot of somebody and then using the beats to kind of then cut, pull it back a millisecond, put it in, then you get that click, 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 and it loses them.
No, I've seen them for you.
Yeah.
Looking good.
But yeah, that's what I try to do as well. Is just as long as the video's clean, I'd put something out with just some sweet transitions, and Premiere helps with that. I think we have a few minutes, but how do you hope your content helps connect people to the Arizona running community?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this definitely ties back into earlier. I feel we're trying to build a community where people can come together and see the recaps of whatever event that was that weekend, and just as like a state as a whole, where people can come and enjoy content and actually interact with each other and build a community. Because now kids know each other from other schools, and I feel it just all ties into promoting the sport and showing why track is the greatest sport in the planet.
It is, and I love what you said there. Community, that's the main part.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that with Derek Delancey. Was You didn't hear about somebody running a great time till you read it in the newspaper. And now it could be instant. You can give gratification to somebody, kudos to somebody, congratulate them, or set the bar for yourself. All right, well, that person did that. I hope to get there too one day, or I can't wait to compete against that person and elevate my game to what they're doing.
No, I definitely think it's great seeing just kids be happy with the media and actually getting recognition for what the time and effort they put into this. If it's field events or running or cross country, I feel there's so much behind the scenes like every other sport, but there's just not the representation. I feel like I step in the mission and then heading across, it'll be the same thing. And yeah.
Do you think there's any misconceptions people have about running, track and field, or Arizona distance in general?
I feel a common conception with Arizona, I haven't seen the track scene is just overlooked. I feel other states don't even recognize Arizona. But I feel, especially in almost like the past couple of years, we've been getting back from COVID. I feel COVID really hit us hard, more compared to the California or the Texas, whatever states.
Where they just have the sheer numbers on us too.
Yeah, I feel we're finally getting back to full speed, and we're seeing athletes actually get developed and have time and recognition to show. So, like this year, I think there's going to be kids in the national scene this year, multiple. Yeah, I would say I think Johannes and Zarian will make NXM this year. Maybe some teams. I don't know, but I'm definitely excited for. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Zarian did. He comes to me a little bit for mobility stuff, working with Coach Furman. To let him know that Zarian is working with me as well. We work on the mobility, the flexibility, some of the recovery, teaching him how to self-scrape. I can't teach him to be a better runner. He's an amazing runner already. But what I can give him is how to self-care for your body outside of running. What are extra things that you could do for your hips, for what you're doing. And he comes and gets his treatment, does his exercises that he needs to do. And I know what his time trial time was. And I'm excited. I'm not going to say it out here, but I thought he was. All right. Did he post it?
I'm pretty sure, but no, that kid.
Come on, man. Come on, Zarian. I've got to keep that a secret.
I feel a lot of the running aspect people also overlook is you just go out, do your run, whatever. But there's another 23 hours in the day. There's recovery and sleep, and especially you wake up from morning practice. And like you said, if it's at 5 a.m., I used to have to get up at 4:20 a.m. And that means I have to go to bed at 8:20 if I want 8 hours. I have a lot of kids overlook that. Even if you go to bed at 10 or you get your 5 hours, then you're running 50, 60 miles a week. You're putting wear into. I feel like there's so many factors that kids don't consider.
Yeah, and I think that's what this does is like, what are other people doing? I know that Zarian is dialed in through Coach Furman and Coach Scannell, and that he's following what he needs to do. They can only lay the blueprint. He's gonna follow the plan, and he is. We happen to be friends, and Coach Rick's my mentor. Like, I know what kind of workouts Highland's getting in, and Brandon, as a fan of the sport, I love both kids. And I hope both of them have great success. And our other guys, David Neeram, I can name a bunch of other ones. So sorry, guys, if I don't name you all, but I want to see success for all of them based on their programs when they come to us, what we work on, and just seeing if what we're doing, molding this clay, is working. And if it's not, we go and research ways to try to make it better the next time as coaches. I mean, would you agree? Is there?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. What I preach at practice and just in general, train hard and recover harder, because it takes a toll on you, especially as you get older. You're putting in more advanced training. You're getting in just even the jump, kind of looking back at this first year of competition. I think I only had one athlete that was a freshman this year, first year out of high school. I only had one. She was the only one that competed in every single meet this past year. Now she's gone to a Division I on the East Coast. But yeah, just so much wear and tear on your body. And the amount of meets we did this season, indoor and outdoor combined, were about, I would say, double or about 30 to 40% more than what she did in high school. And
Wow.
she had she's just had different random things where I'm like, okay, go see the trainer, go do this and that, and just take care of it. And she was always on top of it because she was a competitor. She loved to compete. So yeah, you just got to take care of your body. And I definitely feel it now. I'm like, anytime I want to do anything, it's long warm up, long cool down.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm dealing with. Coach Brown, Coach Soriano, Coach Rick, Coach McCann, those are Tylee and Malia's coaches. I am a coach with the club. I'm a coach with Williamsville, but it's hard to coach your kids. You can give them advice. I'm sure your dad probably.
Oh, he went through it. Yeah. Oh, this,
In the knowledge he had. So they're their coaches. But with Tylee, what I can monitor is the recovery, the nutrition, providing things in the house. But I can only provide those things. I can't make them eat it or do it and figuring out the right times. But they're pretty for freshmen, Tylee's really dialed in, but I gotta pull her back. Do I think she's capable of running the same mileage as our seniors? Of course. Do I want her doing that her freshman year? Yeah, no.
yeah.
She's kind of like a little pit bull that you're trying to keep on a leash because she wants to do more and can do more, but there's time for it. I don't need you to be the best in state your freshman year.
She's going to be.
Going to be a freshman, yeah.
Oh, wow.
She is.
Yeah. Yeah, and we want you to build each year so you're your best your junior and senior year, and then we can just unleash everything. It's been Rick's been working with her for years on stepping stones. This is your max amount of mileage each week, and then building year after year after year.
I feel she already has an advantage from doing that at such a young age because majority of kids just show up on the tour freshman year and just start running. So to have that base and
Yeah,
a lot of experience.
we do a lot of cross training, mobility, just flexibility, it's crazy. It's way better athletes than I ever was growing up, and I was a pretty good athlete.
Yeah, I feel the technology, everything. The shoes, whatever. I mean, when the dragonflies were a big thing when I was sophomore, junior, you had the whole team had to get those. So it was like required. You drove the dragonflies, I replayed. So
What's next for APM Motion and Arizona XCTFs as we head into the new season?
yeah, just get ready for cross country. Gonna start covering. I think the season starts here in a few weeks. End of August, start of September, right? Sure, I always say. So just dialing into that. Yeah, just really going full swing with cross country.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing this stuff, man. I'll tag you when I can, give you content if you need it.
I do it. Yeah, it'll be a fun season. So
He's always told me not to, but I always said I wanted to make a reel of him making a reel.
Oh, yes. The maddest Loma.
Like seeing him run across we might do something. Where can people follow your work? If they haven't found your accounts, I'm sure everyone has, but where can they find you?
yeah, AP in Motion on Instagram, and then the Arizona page for Arizona high school content is just Arizona XCTF on Instagram as well.
Yep, and he came so into the game that there was a lot of copycats that came out with DS in Motion.
That's how you know you hit a good thing when people are copying.
No, I love it. I love it. This is everyone's so involved, the community.
Do you know who runs that account, the DS in Motion?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's pretty cool because he's making video with the Nintendo DS.
And what did he get? Oh, that's awesome.
So it's the grainy film and all. I love it.
So I love a niche thing like that. That is so fun.
I think people should keep doing that stuff. It
Wow.
brings another little mix.
The more people that pick up a camera, the better.
I think there was Cybershot in Motion or something like that.
Yeah, potato in motion. It's just emo. And even to make out what it is.
Everyone to drop a comment, your best in Motion page.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, you're doing great things, man.
appreciate it.
I love seeing your work. You're a great storyteller, and that's why I want to bring you on, is to let people know that there's more to just filming a video and capturing. You're capturing moments, you're capturing, memories for people and getting the word out there, building that community. You're just as much as an important aspect to this whole Arizona scene as any other coach, any other runner, and providing that content, that exposure, and getting our athletes, their names out there for others to see, to show that Arizona does have great runners and great track and field athletes, cross country, you name it. And I just wanted to appreciate your work and just tell you that I love what you're doing, man. And I can't wait to see it grow even more.
No, I'm excited for this next season and see Arizona just roll as a whole. So it should be a great season.
Exactly. Any final message to athletes, fans, aspiring creators that may be listening?
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. It's gonna be a fun season, guys.
All right. Thank you. Coach Flores, any closing messages?
Train hard, recover harder, take care of your body.
Yep, guys, exactly. It's going to be a good cross country season. There's a lot of coaches, athletes. Yep, stay hydrated. We're hoping to see you guys succeed out there. Push your body to the limits. Take care of yourself. Make sure you're doing what you need to do. Let's have a good cross country season. And thank you for listening to the Run All Day podcast.